Alright guys, this is how I'm building a work computer for less than $500, or somewhere right at 500. Some of the parts I already had. So I'm gonna show you how I pulled it off. Well, I got a really good deal on this 990FX board, which will handle this, which is a FX 8320 8-core that can be overclocked pretty good. But I had to buy, I've already had this and I used it on another motherboard, but it requires a really good motherboard to be overclocked. So I bought this off of eBay used to put that into, and so I can overclock the shit out of it. And because this board's bigger than the other boards I had, this is a ATX, not a mini ATX. I went ahead and bought another box. This was $40. This box it's got some really good cooling. That's the thing I was looking for when I bought it, was cooling. So $40 shipped. I got really lucky and got this whole setup right here for $120 shipped used. And it comes with it came with some I forget what it is, Phenon 2 processor. It's a pretty good quad core, I guess, that's on it. I'm going to take that off and resell it. And it came with 2 sticks of 4 GB, so a total of 8 GB of RAM. So I got this set up right here for $120 used. I was stalking the eBay auctions and got a really good deal on this. And so this was $120 used. I'm going to get rid of this CPU and put the 8-core in it. And I'm going to go ahead and keep the RAM in it. And I've got a stick of an 8 GB stick here. I'm probably just going to throw in it. I bought this, which is an RX 480 graphics card, 8 GB. Bought it used for $150 off eBay. Right now, graphics cards are cheap because of the cryptocurrency market's down. So, and then here's a 600 watt, 80 plus power supply. I got that used for about 35-ish. Some of this stuff you got to stalk eBay in the auctions for the used stuff, and you can get pretty good deals. You just got to be patient and catch the good deals, So, and I already had my my hard drives here, and I already had this 8 GB stick of RAM. So, this 8-core processor I paid $80 used. So we'll get about 35, 80, 120, 150, 40. So that's like 430, 450-ish. And the extra to 500 if you didn't already have hard drives or the stick of RAM, you try to work that in somehow, So for under $500, I'm going to build an 8-core, and it's going to be overclocked to somewhere around 4.5 gigahertz, and it's going to have great cooling. Oh, and yeah, I forgot, I got a really nice big Tower CPU cooler too. That was like $30. So I forgot to add that in. So we're getting around 460, 470, which doesn't include hard drives or the stick of RAM. To get an 8-core It's going to be overclocked to 4.5 gigahertz. It's going to have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it's going to have this really nice graphics card. I go with AMD on everything because of the prices and stuff, and so this is not going to be a gaming rig. This is going to be a workstation for rendering and 3D stuff. Without getting into all the details, 3D stuff that really is heavy on CPU and RAM. So, but this is not a bad deal. I've already had everything running except this motherboard. So everything already works, you know. Yeah, you take a little bit of risk when you buy used stuff, but you gotta have a good eye and for what you're looking for. You know, like with this motherboard, you know, because I'm going to be overclocking, you would wonder if somebody else was overclocking. Well, you don't see any burnt spots, so you know they haven't been overclocking because they would be right where on the other side of where their voltage regulators are. So yeah, under $500. That's how I build it. Used off of eBay, stock eBay, bid on auctions, lost several. Finally got a great deal on this. And you know, I can take this whatever this CPU is, and I've got another extra hard drive. I can put it in the extra hard drive and resell it on eBay to try to recoup some of the money I spent. And these are just awesome graphics cards. I wouldn't go with anything else. I mean, if you can find an RX 580 for the same price, that would be nice. But so yeah, I'm about to get ready to stick this together. I got some extra fans because the box it has a fan on top, a fan on back. It's got a colored fan on front. I'm going to swap the colored fan out with one of these plain fans I bought. And I might put a couple more. It's got spots for fans here. So I'm going to fan it up because I'm going to be overclocking the shit out of this CPU, and it's going to be needing some cooling. So alright, I'm going to slap it together, and I'll probably add a little bit more video after I get it put together. Well, I made a discovery. I was going to put my my CPU in, which is an 8320 8-core. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it says it's an 8350, which is basically the same chip as this, only a little higher clocked. Now the ad said that it had a Phenon 2 some kind of Phenon 2 or something, which I looked it up and it was a quad core. But it actually has an 8350 in it. So I think I'm just going to leave that in there. See if it works. Hopefully it works. Leave it in there and I'll sell that one for $80. Or whatever I just bought it for. I'm surprised. I mean, the ad said it had a quad core in it and it's got an 8-core in it. That's better than the one I bought for it. Well, they're about the same, really. But so that's a nice surprise. So alright, I'm going to go back to putting it together. There's the tower cooler I had, so I'm going to slap that onto the 8350. I'll put this one up and resell it or something. So that's a pretty nice surprise there. I don't know why the guy had the ad wrong. Alright. Alright, I got it together. I had a little problem. This Red Devil RX 480 was a little too long, so I had to take some pliers and bend this up so I could get that in there. I was going to just drill out the pop rivets from the front, but it's pop riveted to this bracket and to this bracket too, so I was like, we'll just put some pliers on it and bend it. So I got that in there. Power supply, everything's together. Everything's ran. I'm kind of just going to throw these in here. I don't care about mounting them. And I mounted these 2 extra fans on the outside of the case. Wow, this camera isn't focusing very good today. What the heck? But they will be blowing like right here. So hopefully they'll help keep the this right here is the VRM. They call it VRM. I don't know why they say that, but it's voltage regulators. So that's voltage regulators, and this is under this heat sink is I forget what that is, but the voltage regulators are the most important. So I got those 2 fans blowing in right on that. Hopefully this fan and this fan at the top, hopefully those both suck out. And I took out the colorful fan. These colorful things. I don't want no color because this is in my bedroom close to where I sleep. So I don't want to be really bright and stuff. So I put the regular black fan in there, and I got that facing blowing in. So everything's blowing, all the fans. I'll have 3 fans blowing out, and hopefully these 2 will be, or I got 3 fans blowing in, and hopefully these 2 will be sucking out. Hopefully. So it's all together. Took a little manhandling to get it to fit. Yeah, this is a long. This is one of them 3 fan deals. It's a little long for this, so yeah, I had to mangle it a little bit. But it's not like it's an open one. It's obviously I don't care about cable management or nothing, so I don't care what it looks like as long as it works good. So all right, now I'm gonna go fire it up, and hopefully that FX 8350 that was in there, hopefully that works. But in case that 8350 was garbage, I still have my 8320 that I originally bought for this build. But it'd be nice if it worked, and I can sell that 8320 for $70, $80 and make some money back. Alright, I got the build up and going. It is a 8350 8-core, 4 gigahertz, 16 gigabytes of RAM. And this is, I went and I looked up what it was advertised to have, and this is what it was supposed to have on it. But it ended up having exactly what I wanted. So I thought I just got real lucky on the auction and with the price, and then it turns out to be even better than that. So which is great, and it works fine. And really, I only bid on that auction because I wanted the motherboard. The motherboard was really all I cared about. Anything else was just a bonus because I had already bought an 8320, and I really just needed the motherboard to be able to overclock it, because it's not going to stay at 4 gigahertz. It's going to go up to well over 4.5. So yeah, pretty sweet. And and the regular, just the motherboard, would have only cost about $150 at the time. So it isn't like you couldn't do this build without getting lucky on an eBay auction. I mean, they were selling them for $150 outright anyways. So Yeah, that didn't affect the how the price would have went if you bought the components that I bought. You know, that would still be the same. So, all right. And this is what I'm going to be doing with it. These are for doing photogrammetry, where you photo scan an object and turn it, or photo scan something and turn it into a 3D object. And it's really intense on the CPU and on the RAM. So, going to be overclocking this overclocking stuff. And then, you gotta do Blender and stuff. And then I like to mess with the game engines and, and stuff like that. But that's what it'd be used for. And this stuff here is really intense on the CPU, and it takes really long if you don't have a good CPU. So sweet, for under 500. So you could do this too if you got the same things. All right, later.